everybody. One of my favorite places to be. Happy Friday. We missed last week, but that's okay. We had our Mr. Rich off on his luxurious book tour. And then
Yay.
also, I don't want to forget, happy birthday to this brother right here, Born Rich. Yesterday was a national holiday. Okay.
Yes.
It was
Thank
Born Rich
you.
birthday, y'all. Y'all want to send some love to
Yes.
Born Rich? I want you to get him your cash app. Because he
M-
been a blessing to a lot of people.
Yes, and I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Definitely had a good time. My cash app is cash sign reveal magazine. That's my
Yeah.
cash app. You guys can send anything you want, anything you
Yes.
feel like you
Yeah.
want to send. I pray 100 folds back over what you're saying. And I'm thankful, it's another
Yeah.
birthday. This birthday felt special, Vita.
It was, yeah,
It,
I'm
it, it,
sure.
it felt special. I mean, I had some good people come out yesterday.
Yes.
Ovita came out herself. We had an amazing time. Um, Even though she came a little late,
I did,
I know she
y'all.
wants some of that chicken
Man, I did. We're gonna have to go back there to that place. It
and
looked
some of
like
them
it was,
fries and some of them
and you
drinks. It was
performed
nice.
there.
I did perform,
I seen a clip of it. That was so dope. You know why I would have been in the background?
and that's your song too.
Yes.
Wrong way.
Yeah, I would have went there, y'all.
Shout
But
out to Terry
next
Shook.
time.
He performed with me last night.
Yes, I
The
seen
DJ
it.
was so cool. He already knew who I was in the place.
Wow.
And he, actually they had it set for me. So it was like as soon as I came right there, the song was ready. It was amazing. It was
That
a
is
nice
awesome.
private event. And
Thank you for
I loved
inviting
it.
me too.
Thank you for coming out. I'm gonna
I
send you an
appreciate
invite.
that. Yeah, because I know sometimes people want to be with their familiar, and
Yeah.
I don't blame them. But I was seeing some of the clips and the pictures of you all in Vegas also. So it was
Yes.
beautiful.
Big shout out to my beautiful wife. We
Yes.
had a good time out there. Big shout out to Rough Riders, the CEO, the whole staff. Yeah, it's up there. I'm on a 13 state tour. I will be in Miami next week. So I've
Awesome.
been out there signing my books and my magazines. My magazine out and my book out right now on Amazon. So make sure you guys go support me, support me, support me. Black excellence.
Yes.
Um, White excellence, whatever. I ain't racist, so every time I say it, I want to add some more color to it. But
Yeah.
yeah, make sure you guys support me though. Support my book, Survive Through the Storm. It's actually the number one selling book on Amazon right now. So make sure y'all get that book right now, Survive Through the Storms.
Yes.
It's going crazy. So many people got their hands on it. I'm excited. I'm
And I
excited.
saw you was telling me that a lady that bought your book, and while you was in Vegas, she was reading it while you was there. She was getting emotional.
She
And she was
was.
very inspired by your story. So I know that felt really, really good.
You know what? It looked like she was about to slots too, and we had just left Benny Hunters, and like I say, we was out there. We had a meeting with the Rough Rider staff, and she was sitting on the slot machine, and she was reading the book. I think she was like towards the back, and I seen her like getting emotional. I was just peeping at her because she was, she got my book in her hand, so I'm kind of peeping at her, and she looking like, y'all know how y'all get when y'all feel some emotional and inside. She looked like she finna drop tears, and she was like, and she had seen me and she had said, Boy Rich, you have an amazing book. I see why it's number one. Like you definitely a man of God. You definitely put your life in this book. I did. I talked about everything from my childhood, to my adult. Because people need to hear these things. They need to see these things. They need to hear these things. Like know that a person ain't perfect. These things don't just happen overnight. When I say I got faith in my Father God and I believe in God, I believe in Him with everything in me. Because without Him, I wouldn't even be here.
Right. Yeah, that's why it's good to share your testimony and don't be ashamed, because without a test, you can't have a testimony, you can't help nobody. People overcome by the words of our testimony. So you think you're alone. Sometimes people sitting around and they thinking they're by themselves, but they can hear radio, they can read something, they can look at shows or read a book and see, well, I'm not the only one that's experiencing these things in my life, and I can make it through just like you did.
Right.
So I love that, and I'm proud of you again. I won't ever stop
Proud of
saying
you
that.
too.
I won't ever stop
Shoot.
saying, because like I said, I know it's hard sometimes to open you become an open book.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that open the door for people to look at you different sometime and they judge you, and people are very judgmental, but then that doesn't matter when if what I say can help one person
That's
or
yeah,
even read one person, then I've done what I was supposed to do.
yeah. And
Yeah,
going off based off that, and going back until, let's just say uh the judgmental part, right? I say it like this. I don't care who don't like it. And whoever judges, like it's one thing about me, I'm a different type of man. I don't care what people think. So it's like I'ma always be successful because I don't go off what people think. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got an opinion on something, I'll take a good opinion if it's bad or good. That's cool. But when it come down to judging me off what I put in my book and looking at me a certain way, good for you. You can't stop me. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to give God the glory and be fruitful with my gift. Let other people know, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Did they judge 50 Cent when he dropped this book? Is they judging Rick Ross? If they judge Jay-Z, they talking about things in their book too.
yes,
So
they
if
are.
you get this book and you feel like you want to judge me, thank you for judging me. Thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you because you still brought the book, and I thank you for buying it.
But
But
it's so
if
many
you
people that's
really,
inspired
it's
too.
out of 100% of people, 99% people gonna be
Yes,
inspired by the book, and they gonna it gonna give them hope. But a
yeah.
judgmental person, I don't care about them. They probably judge me anyway.
And I want to shout out to your real
Well, I
Miss.
care about them, but I don't care about what they
No, I
think.
get what you say. I want to shout out to your real Mrs. Rich.
Yes, big shout
Uh,
out to my
she's
beautiful wife,
man,
so
she's
supportive.
beautiful inside and out, and
Thank you so
I
much.
I
I'll take that.
really, yeah, she really is. I don't know what it is. It's like God gave me some things about her, even when I hadn't met her yet,
You told me
but
that
just
before.
to feel what kind of person she is. And I know it's hard to find your real about here, fellas. I
It
know it is, and
is.
your ladies,
Yeah, it
it
is.
it so when you find your person, it's such a blessing, and I could tell that that is your person.
It
That
is.
is your person.
Thank God.
So I tell you, I just love being around her energy and around her. So she's an awesome person too. So just behind on the side of every good man, I say is definitely a
A good
great
one. Yeah, it
woman
is.
too. A great, I mean, y'all such a great team. So shout out to Mrs. Rich.
Mrs. Rich, you hear Ovita now? And you know what? I was gonna say something about what you were saying earlier. Like, we it's only selected people can be around us. If you a man, you ain't gonna let your wife just be around anybody, or you ain't gonna double date with anybody. Big shout out to my boy Michael, came out last night with his woman. We had a good time yesterday, grown folks. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We all came out and we went to the bowling alley, and I had a private section. I brought the whole private section. And I invited people on the last day, and I only sent a couple invites out. So if I ain't seen you an invite, don't be all mad at me because I just came back from Vegas. All right. So, and it was some people on my list already I was talking. So I just said, come on up. And
Yeah.
everybody that came out last night, I feel like it was meant for them to be there because we
Yeah.
had a good time.
Yes, y'all was in it to win it. That looked so fun. Y'all was performing. I would have got up there and did something with
I
y'all. But
know
next time, I'm telling you, I know this not the next time. I'm gonna make sure that I want to make it on time. But sometimes
things
when you
happen.
take care of people, your time is not your own a lot of times. But I say I don't care if I came for 5 minutes. I drove an hour in the rain for 5 minutes,
And
30
that
minutes, and I was
and
gonna
that
do
five
that.
minutes was worth
Anybody else? I'll be like, y'all hear this right now? It's flooding. It was a 10 pound. It was like 10 cars piled up from an accident.
what?
Police was everywhere. That's why a lot of people was trying to get off, but I didn't see it until I got up to it. Yeah, it wasn't a thank God it wasn't a horrible accident, like cars wasn't turned over, but it's like probably was a car hit another one, then another one, and another one like that.
That's terrible.
So yeah, it was, but
That
thank God it wasn't on fire. No cars was on fire. Everybody was okay, but the police was moving everybody to the side. So it was after a while they moved to the side. So I'm glad it wasn't any deaths in those accidents. But it was like 10 cars.
Wow.
10 cars. I was like, drive like it's raining outside.
And you normally the cars be getting stuck under the viaduct and
Yes.
the water been messed the car up.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
good thing
slid a
you didn't see
couple of
that.
times, but I was driving safely. But the water, it was flooding on the expressways too. It was a lot of rain. But like I said, thank God that we all made it home to
Yes.
our destination safe. And then when I
Thank
seen
you,
that
Lord.
accident, it wasn't any cars flipped over. It was like a hit one car, the next car like that. So I'm glad it wasn't the ambulance went out there, just the police. So I'm happy about that.
That's truly a blessing. To make it home safe is a blessing.
Yeah.
And people get insurance. If you ain't got insurance, get insurance on your vehicle
Yes.
because and I'm saying this because I have seen someone personally car get flooded with water on one of the floods and did not have insurance, lost out on the whole vehicle. Lost
Wow.
out on the whole vehicle. Yes, but we got some topics. We got the Beyonce. We're gonna be talking about. They all talking about her hair, talking about they ain't the real
Yeah.
hair. But we're gonna take us a quick break. We're gonna come in with Don Chris. We okay.
Yes. We okay. Hey, hey,
We
we'll be right
okay.
back.
That's your joint, man.
That's my joint.
That's your joint, Don Chris.
We
All right.
okay.
And you know what? That's a good hope song.
It is. That's why I like it a lot. The message is great.
The messages are great. I definitely want.
Shout out to Don Chris.
Did we ask him what made him write that song? Because I know we did a few interviews with him.
We need to bring it back because that was a while. That was at the beginning. That was last year.
Oh, okay.
When we talked to him, we first started playing his song, and he talked about it. He called in, and but I think he need to just come back on and reiterate how
Because the song been blowing up big in Chicago. We've been running it like crazy right here on Intellectual Radio. Make sure you guys tune in with us. We're screaming loud 24 hours, 7 days a week. We coming in with Don Chris right here on the Bornrich Show, Intellectual Radio with Bornrich and Miss Ovita.
Yes, we okay.
We okay.
KF-ODT. We okay. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, you might get erased. We okay. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, you might get erased. I'm okay. I'm okay. We okay. We okay. These backwoods to the face. Homie told me we okay. I told homie let's get paid. What he say? We okay. They ask how I'm doing. All I gotta say, I'm okay. Getting by in my city where they say music is my life. What else can I say? People waiting on me, but so many also hate. I can tell by the look upon their face. Cause right now we okay. Homie said we good, so we straight. Bottle blow up now. Homies out the way. Hey, get on, get paid. I got a feeling, hey, it might be changed, but I know it'll be okay. 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 We okay. Did nobody help? We okay. Can't even help. We okay. 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 Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, might get erased. We okay. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, you might get erased. Make a call and you can get erased. She sucking the leather way it tastes. Thinking about the money I'ma make. Why you niggas sit regretting your mistakes? Got a former girl that never misbehaved, and she told me that I'm caught up in my ways. I'm just trying to find out me a way, and I ain't got no shortcut I could take. We okay. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, might get erased. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay, my niggas gon' be straight. If I have to make a call, you might get erased. We okay. Studio 24.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Bornrich Show right here on IntellectualRadio.com, our heart station. I want to shout out today to one of the baddest engineers in the land, Earl Renfrey, right here.
Yes,
One of the
big shout out to
baddest. He
Earl
make
Winfrey.
us sound good and look good. So I appreciate that.
And the
You
sound
know,
is amazing.
yes. Every time I say if you want a place where they'll make you look good and sound good, it's not just about the money. I always say he got the words on the wall. I often say them.
And you know what? I love
That you
that you
should
said that
say.
because we was looking for that sound, right?
Yes.
And on 106.3, like 3-4 weeks, we had to, come and we did the show from Intellectual. And when we talk about sound, he gave us that amazing sound,
Yes.
like we was in 106.3.
We did. That's how professional it
Big
is.
shout out to Earl for that as well. You
Yes.
definitely hold it down, and we definitely needed that at that time too.
Yeah. And like I said, if you want to see what not to say, don't say yes, right, okay, and wow, it's all on the wall for you. It's all on the wall for you. But if you all want to come call in and talk about especially this crazy topic about
Yes.
Beyonce's hair, which broke the internet, you
And they
all
getting down on it.
call up here at 1-708-223-8953, 1-708-223-8953, which I thought is ridiculous about
yeah. Tell
the
us a little
hair.
bit about the hair. What they
Now,
talking about on the internet?
she launched a new hair line and she went on the internet to show everybody, just like Taraji P. Henson does
Okay.
often.
Right.
She showed them, what conditioner and what it has done for her hair, and she actually had the beautician shampoo her hair, had them blow it out, show them the product that she used. And when I tell you, these people went on a rant, saying it's not her hair. That is not her hair.
But this is her product that
This
she
is her
promotes,
product.
saying that hair got long off her product.
Yeah, she said she's been
Okay.
using these things, and so she wanted to decide to show the world. And a lot of times, they get the inspiration from their own. Of course, they are not professionals at doing hair, but because they get their hair done over the years by the same person, of course they're gonna tell them what products they should use.
Right.
And they do have enough money to where they have people who taking care of their hair. If you see Taraji, she has beautiful full hair. It's not as long as Beyonce, but it's beautiful full.
Taraji,
She has her own hair care line.
but she got
at
her hair.
Walgreens.
She got some long hair? Okay.
It's like right here is full, is beautiful. She shows you that she did the same thing, but Taraji mostly do her own.
Right.
But Beyonce had a professional show you what they do, and they said it wasn't her hair. Oh my God, it's cap. She showed you her scalp. She sat in the chair and parted her hair. I don't know what y'all want to take her head off, and so I mean, what you want her to do? But even if it's not her hair, so what?
Why it breaks the news and is
why?
I mean, come on now. Let's be free. Let's talk about the bugs that they said gonna be out here. The
cicadas.
Big bees. I'm just trying to say, like, stop talking about to the news out there, like instead of
let's talk about Trump. Talking he said he gonna get the police back their power when he get in office, and you know what that means.
What?
You know what that means. Not that they shouldn't lose their power, but they should be responsible on how they, killing people, and they need to be trained better. Not everybody, because I know some great police officers, but I also know some that's pretty aggressive. They stopped me for a tail light, and you got your all huff. I mean,
going out, and
I said, God, I mean, I thought I committed a crime.
Right.
Then I had one was real nice. So I don't blame everybody, the same way, but that's scary.
It is scary.
we need to know what kind of laws is being made out here under our noses. So that is anytime something to break the internet that's really like crazy like
Terrible.
that, go and find what's going on in politics.
Yeah.
Go find out what's going on in the medical arena. Go look and see what laws has been passed under your nose, because now they got Beyonce and Diddy
Ooh.
in a
Oh
nose.
man. And go see what's in your backyard. You might got
Yeah.
a deer back there. You all somebody else, but go check on your own business. Go look in your
Yeah.
backyard and go do something. Go do something
Yeah.
different. Go water your grass or something.
I think that's ridiculous. I mean, it's like they talked about her because she made #1 on the country, that on the
Well, her
country
album dropped, right?
charts.
Beyonce
Yeah,
album. Okay.
they talked about her about that. They everybody, and it's the other people, our other hand people talking about she's not country. I don't care what she says. She is from the country. How
Yeah.
is she? She was born and bred and raised in the country.
She's raised in Houston, right?
Yes. Did she carry hot sauce in her purse?
Man.
I mean, this lady is country as you can get. I mean, so how are you going to take country music? Is she country?
Not the
Not
hot
just
sauce in the
her.
purse.
Yeah, she carries hot sauce in her purse, y'all. I seen her take it out. She said, I
Tabasco.
carry hot sauce, the Louisiana kind.
Okay.
And, I mean, stop getting mad, but they get mad. Listen, when you see people get mad because a black woman sang what go look it up. We started country. We started country music. So how they gonna get mad? But it's a lot of stuff that people, that's ignorance. Everyone is not like that. But it's so many country singers that came before Beyonce. But this, I am so grateful because she knocked the door down for other
Shout out
country
to
black,
Beyonce.
country artists to come and be able to sing the music that they love and that they gifted to sing.
Right.
So I appreciate, kudos to her. Kudos
Did
to
you
her
hear
for her
some of the
product.
songs off the album?
I only heard "This Is Texas."
Oh
And don't
yeah.
hold 'em. Yeah.
Okay now, Beyonce.
Lay your
And
cards
Vita, you can
down,
sing
down,
now. I
down.
think you need to. I think it's time to get a real another side of Vita. We might have to drop.
Eventually.
We might have to drop that album, Vita. It's time for you to drop that album.
It's time to drop that album.
It's time for you to
All
drop that album.
right. Hey.
Yeah, so we definitely had a good time though. Last night was definitely amazing.
It was.
And there's so many other things going on. I want to ask you too. If Trump do get in office, like, wait, when you do run, is you going to vote for him?
I never ever voted for Trump.
So you won't vote for Trump?
No, I'm not voting for Trump. But I'm saying, hopefully someone else run for the Democratic Party too. I'm gonna pray about it, because to be honest, I never liked any candidate that vote. I wasn't crazy about Biden.
I don't think nobody gonna vote for Biden
even
again,
before he got in the office. I kind of was with him when right after he got done with Obama. But I'm guilty of this too. And I feel like we need to educate ourselves more about politics. I was raised in church, so I really didn't get into that. But this is the thing: if we don't know what's going on in politics, how are we going to pray for those that are over us? Because the Bible say, pray for those that have rule over you. But if you don't know what's going on, I don't say bring it in. Don't bring it into church. But we need to know what laws are being made out here that's going to affect us and our children. We need to know it's all kind of they taking away all the things that they did for us during the civil rights time. They are taking away our rights, people. Black people.
Wake up.
They are taking away our rights. It's reversing. They are making rules and they are making laws that our forefathers fought and died for them to make for us. And they are after all those laws, all those things that our forefathers fought for us to have all our rights as small business owners. All that is being taken away. And we are swarmed with Diddy stuff, with Beyonce stuff. We just the cares of life, and it's not getting better. They are people like Trump. I mean, Trump is a racist.
Yeah.
It's not alleged. Trump, his father was
part
of the
with a black guy marching with
Ku Klux Klan. My tongue. The KKK. His father was a part of that organization. He grew up under that. When he came in, I know we so stuck on the money part. Listen, learn how to make your own money. We as black people, educate yourself and learn how to make money.
That's right.
We worried about the government giving us something. Y'all talking about those stimulus checks, and that's why you want to vote for
And
him
y'all
again.
waiting a long time for that stimulus check. That take a long. If you sitting in the house waiting for that, I don't even think you
I hear a
have
lot
a
of them.
crib if you
Uh,
still waiting for a stimulus check.
they like they
You'll be
did
out
give
of
us
rent money.
money.
Like, but it goes to the people that depend on that though.
That's the
You got people that
problem.
depend on that, depend on the government for
Yeah,
everything. We
that's the
depend on God
problem.
for everything, so
Yeah,
it do become different.
I'm
But
not. I've used the government, but you don't lean on that
but it's people
forever,
depend on them for
right? You don't
the
do that
government forever.
forever,
Let's just say
cause
you get an
yeah,
SSI check and
well,
you
yeah,
paying rent off your SSI check,
yeah,
and they
they can't help
decide to
that.
cut you off, and you can't pay your bills. So it's like, do something different. How a couple jobs or something.
Well, the people on SSI most time they are disabled. That's why we got to get in place and we it got to be representatives to help people like that. We got to get in place where we can help those that can't help themselves.
Right.
But we so worried about other things that we're not worried about nothing, that things are being pulled from under us, and it's going to affect us.
There's a lot of people that ain't even got the time for it to look into it, and I'm gonna tell y'all just to kind of pull in what Vita talking about and kind of switching it a little bit too. I'm gonna tell y'all, make sure y'all stay connected with God and you
Oh,
stay on your knees praying and worshiping God, because without God you will not be able to see the light. You could work a job and be successful. You can have a new car, you can have a new bike, you can have a new crib, you can have all that. But all that will fade away. Just keep going and keep going. All that will fade away. Devil gonna keep bringing new tricks and trades to steal everything from you. So make sure you guys keep God first. Keep praying out there. Keep believing. It's the people probably
amen.
watching right now going through something. You might be struggling. You probably be down and out. I'm gonna tell you, don't try to commit suicide. Don't try to hurt yourself, because you might feeling like, oh, I lost a mama, auntie, a sister, brother. You lost somebody and you feel like you can die and go see them. Don't have that type of mindset. You don't know where you're gonna go. So don't be so anxious to fall out and lose yourself and try to destroy yourself thinking you ain't nobody. People, you are somebody. God look at you different from the world. The world is set to judge, to hate, to not care. God love you. So come back to the Father God. Sacrifice. If you're a drug addict, sacrifice and take a sacrifice with God. Say, God, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna let it go. If you're a gambling habit, and even the gambling habits out there, if it been tearing you down, stop it. I had one real bad, and it took a lot from me. And I learned from it. I talk about it in my book. I talk about everything in my book. So make sure you guys pick up my book, Survive Through the Storm, #1 right now on Amazon. But I talk about everything in the book, like, how the devil tricked people's mind to do something. He had your mind stuck on something the whole day that's not right, just to take your time. So you got to sacrifice it. If it's drinking all day, sacrifice it. Whatever it is, if it's sex all day, sacrifice. You got to take a sacrifice for something to better yourself. And the only how I was able to better myself is taking a sacrifice with God. I will not go back to that, Father God. And I trust you, and taking sacrifices with the liquor, the gambling, whatever it is, because I know I ain't perfect. And there's a lot of people out there, they want to be so perfect. That's why they don't never get what they supposed to get, because they life is too important to people now. You can't say a certain thing, you can't share a certain thing because you're so busy thinking about what another person thinking or another person saying. That's where your mind at. And if the devil could keep your mind thinking like that, he keep you feeling all weird. He can get you acting weird. Take your mind out the gutter. Get back into reality. Face what God is trying to do for his children. We could change this world together. Let's all pray. Let's all stick together and stay humble. No matter where you get in life, stay humble, because you can make it far, and it tell you right back down if you be so big headed and bold you don't even want to speak to people. And I know people like that right now, and ain't got a book out, ain't got a magazine, ain't near on the level I'm on, and they big headed more than me. They want to be cocky, but God know with the small stuff you got. If you kept going and get big, He know how you gonna act with the small stuff. So why would He give you some big? I said earlier, if you can't control a bike, if you can't, if a person buy you a bike and you big headed, why give you a car? So you got to understand, like, these things come with timing, patience, and you got to be able to handle what God give you. Because if you can't handle it, He's not gonna give you the ball. You'll wonder why a person blessed because God put the ball in the right hand. He know what he was doing because he's gonna put it in the people's hand. They're gonna be shared and be fruitful. It's some stingy people out here that'll take their career, take their life, and won't help nobody, don't care about nobody, just want their life to be great. I don't think like that. So I love to give opportunities as I get the opportunity. And I'm telling people out there that's listening and watching, you got another life ahead of you. Keep praying and keep believing God. Change the way you think, and your life gonna change.
And with that, what I heard that stood out, because I know people, it's so many young people that's dealing with suicide, and they dealing with being depressed, and a lot of them are being bullied and dealing with peer pressure. It's just amazing to me how many young people want to kill themselves
Yeah.
because people are talking about them. Because they're dealing with rejection. Some of them dealing with rejection is starting from when they're young, from parents, maybe not having a father. Even mothers, you all, it's not just the fathers, the mothers is getting ridiculous.
Sure is.
And not being accepted in school and stuff like that. And we've dealt with that, but we dealt with it. Now these
Right.
kids want to end their life. And I remember this lady, she was
Man.
she's such a beautiful mother, but she came home and her baby had killed herself. She asked her, did
Wow.
she because they was bullying her on the cyber websites, like on Facebook and all whatever the kids like. And then they was bullying her at school, and she did open up to where her baby can talk to her. Her baby wasn't real expressive. So she put a box outside her door. She told her daughter, write me a note. So her daughter had been doing that, but about it, she asked her
Jesus.
when she came home, she asked her, did she want to go to the store with her? She was like, no. And so by the time that lady went to the store and came back, her daughter committed suicide. She
Jesus.
committed
What she
suicide.
do?
She
She
was
hung
like
herself?
15. I think she took some pills,
Medication.
but she passed away. And I just want to encourage you, parents
My
out
condolence.
there that's dealing with children, that's dealing with mental issues, and I know that's Satan. If you all are prayer warriors, I believe in getting your oil out and always having people pray for them. And the only thing you can do your best in ensuring them that they are special, that they are beautiful, they are smart.
Yes.
You can do all of that, but definitely it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual warfare, and
Mm.
it's really a time, if you're a spiritual person, to fast and pray. If you do those things, and to get them around people that can help pray that off of them. I know it's a few ladies at my church. I love. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to hear their testimony that dealt with cutting while they was in school. We didn't deal with stuff like that. We didn't cut ourselves, but it was even in the Bible where that man was full of spirits and he was in a cave and he was cutting himself, and
Jesus.
God had to come and cast that demon out of him. And I know everybody don't believe in that, but I know for myself it is spirits and demons that's
Oh
in
yeah.
people, because I dealt with that with my ex-husband, and I knew they spoke through him. That's why I know you can't tell me anything about stuff like that. You can't tell me that the blood of Jesus don't work. You can't
Amen.
tell. He wanted to kill me, but he couldn't, because
Wow.
I pled the blood over him. So stuff like that, I know some people think that that's fake, but it's not. I personally live with a person that was demonically oppressed, and it is spirits that's in me and it come through seeds, and it come through seeds like of rejection. When you are dealing with rejection from a child, even men, you all women, we don't like rejection, but men really deal with it harshly. They go another level when they get rejected, and that's come from them dealing rejection from when they young. Like
Right.
this, just a
Right.
short story. This girl said it real nice. He was like, "Let me buy your drinks," and she said, "No, I'm good." Really nicely. She wasn't even nasty. These men beat this girl when she left at the store, beat her
What?
ass socket in. This just happened. She was young. Beat her face to her ass socket. They had to fix her ass socket. Just because
What?
she said no, thank you, I got it, and she said it really because some women can be mean. I listen. I be careful. I try not to be mean to, say
Yeah.
anything mean to people, to these guys. You really got to be careful,
But
so
I
you
mean,
can make it
how
home.
how you supposed
It
to
was
say it?
four
I
big
mean,
men.
what? Like, okay, you I don't want nobody to buy me a drink. You beat
Yeah.
her up because
Yes. Literally.
that sound crazy. But
They
it's some crazy
stomped that
people out here.
girl in her face with their Timberland boots.
That's terrible.
Just because they had it on camera. Just because she said, no, no, thank you. I got it. That's how she
Wait,
said
they
it.
hit that on camera, Zoo?
Yes. They
Jesus.
followed her outside and beat that girl almost to death.
And
Just because of that.
And you know what? It's some sick people out here. And
Man.
and I'm happy that we really touching base on this. There's some sick people out here. Check out that. You remember the guy that went to the hot dog stand out there at Maxwell, and
Yes.
look how the man punched the lady. You know what I'm saying? But
And look
even
what
though he
happened
ended up
to her.
afterwards, but look, that tells you that it's some mentally ill people out here with a messed up mind. Ladies, be real careful out here who y'all date nowadays. And fellas, y'all be careful too who y'all date now. We talking
Oh
about
yeah.
both of y'all.
Women
Like,
set men up too.
yeah, they do. And it's some crazy people out here that y'all they pay attention to the wrong thing every day, all day. You are what you hang around. Let me tell you why you is. Because whatever your crowd do every day, eventually you're gonna end up doing it. So ain't no sense of let's just be real. You can be the biggest leader in the world. And if I'm riding around all day with gangbangers and we doing all this crazy stuff, guess what? I couldn't be talking like this. I couldn't be because I'm gonna be we gonna have ties on something. Like my mentality gonna be talking about something else. My mind gonna go somewhere else. So my thing is this: anybody that's around me or whoever I'm around, we on the same page. Cause guess what? It's somebody right now that's probably preparing to rob somebody, preparing to go steal a car, going to do the wrong thing. Just stop. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, just stop, man, because you got one life to live. You keep going back and forth to jail. They got a place in there for you. And once you get it behind them doors, half of your friends gonna leave your side anyway. You might ain't got no bond money. You trying to do things you ain't even got money to save yourself. You ain't even got no money to bond out. So it's like you setting yourself a trap. I talked to a man earlier, and we just talking out of the blue. I forgot I gave him my number. He was a white guy. He called me. He say, Mr. Rich. Actually, he was a homeless guy, and I helped him out. He say, Mr. Rich, uh, I want to talk to you because I'm finna go steal out of Family Dollar. I say, man, what are you thinking right now, bro? I say the last time I had fed you and we talked, you had your head on your shoulder, man. What's going on? You sound even different on the phone. Honest God, true. My wife was sitting right there listening to our conversation. He say, man, I'm in the need. I'm finna go in here and steal some. I say, man, look, why risk your life going in there stealing some toothpaste and some whatever you gonna steal? This is Family Dollar, man. I think the man really said Dollar Tree or Family Dollar. Dollar Tree even worse. You stealing something for $1. But stealing is worse. Like, and that's one thing I grew up on. Like, we ain't no thieves. So like, and when you know God, you fear of God. So it's like you don't take nothing from nobody because you fear God. So God save you. But other than that, everybody will be a sinner without God. So we're talking to this man earlier. He just speaking about just stealing. I say, man, look, the devil trying to get you on up out of here, man. You sound real crazy, brother. Like, don't go up in that pie hollering and man stealing and doing all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I end up telling him, man, look, I'm finna cash app you something. Did I ask him was he gonna get some drugs with it? Did I ask him was he gonna get a drink with it? No. But I talked the man back into his sense. He said, that's what I need. I need people, I need a man of God to talk to. I need people that know God. See, this is what we missing. We missing God children speaking up for God because there's so many people out here that's trying to race to the top. Everybody trying to pick a side. Look, I don't pick sides. I ain't racing against nobody. I'm a husband. I mean, I got a wife. I got a family. I ain't looking for no women. I ain't trying to convince nobody to like me. I don't care if you don't like me. You can't stop what God is gonna do for my life, and you can't stop what God is gonna do for anyone's life. So I'm trying to just tell y'all, if y'all gonna look up to some, look up to people that's doing the right thing. Now I know everybody be on these internets and they want to be negative. You want somebody to speak negative so you can jump up in there, comment. But when you talking positive, people want to act like they don't see you. But guess
Yeah.
what? Just listen. It's good to just listen because you're gonna be scared to hear something right for yourself. But I guarantee you, if we was arguing back and forth or somebody
Yes.
got to talking about something negative,
Drama.
everybody engaged. But guess what? I stopped caring about what people think because you got one thing I know about people, they can like you one day, hate you the next. God gonna keep loving you. So I don't go off of feeling. And I'm gonna tell y'all don't go off feelings. Don't stop going off feelings so much. Stay prayed up and stay positive no matter how bad your life is. One day you're gonna be great. You great now, but you're gonna have what you want one day. But you can't be selfish. Don't be selfish too. A lot of people be selfish and stingy. Like feed you got a whole load of bread, give fruit pieces of bread out. It ain't gonna hurt you. Don't eat the whole loaf. Don't eat the whole loaf. Share some of that bread. Take some of that bread and share it with some people. Take a piece of it and say, you go, you a piece of bread. You go, you a piece of bread. You go, you a piece of bread. Therefore, everybody eating a little bit around you. You the people out here. And you make your circle stand. You make your people that's engaging and loving you and with you every day. You making them just like you and you a leader. I know what they are. If you's a leader and you leading a crook, you a crook leading the people. I could trust your whole team to be a crook. Ain't no way around good people on your team and use the bad guy and use the bad woman. Ain't no way good people on your team. Because guess what? Eventually, they're gonna end up like you because you's the boss. They're gonna have to take some of your ways. You know what I'm saying?
Say
So
birds of a feather flock
flock
together.
together. So
They do.
let's look up to the right thing. Let's do the right thing, y'all. This 2024. If you want to be blessed, you want to come out with your own book, you want to have some great things going on in your life, listen to us. Listen to Bornrich and Ovita because we're going to give you the truth. We know God.
And get this Reveal magazine, y'all. It's beautiful, beautiful.
You in here
I
too.
carry Matt. Yes, I was about
Where
to say
you
I
at?
carry Matt on page 13. I know
Let's
my
find,
page.
let's find you
I
real
carry
quick.
Matt, and when I read it, even my you all make sure you get it and read my
Look at
it's a
Miss
little
Vita in the
right. Aren't I
magazine,
pretty right
y'all. You
there?
got it going. You
I'm
got
trying
it
to get my
going.
face back down like that, y'all. But
What you was doing to get your face like that? You had to start picking some pop. You look
I
like
was
it's so.
smaller on there. No, I'm going down slow, but
Yeah, it's coming
I'm
along.
listen, I've been on one day I did eat some cookies, but that was one day. I have
Oh,
not
you know
one
you gotta
time.
start back over
I've been
now.
doing it for 4 weeks, but I hadn't did it. It's been 4 weeks. I have not been to McDonald's. I have not been eating those cookies, but I did cave in one day. But guess what? All of my other weeks, I wasn't gonna give it up just because I made that one little infraction. So yeah, and I'm gonna let y'all know my little stuff that I've been doing. I'm planning on doing a 7-day liquid. And then
Just
this
liquid no
lady I
food.
work with, she is the 7-day just liquid and broth and protein shakes. And then we do it's something every week she got. So I'm gonna follow that every week. She get first we doing the 7-day liquid, then it's the watermelon detox and
When you
different
say
things.
liquid 7 day, what like
So it's broth, whatever kind of broth you like. It's protein shakes, the premieres because they less sugar. Because she was saying if your sugar is high, that's what keep your weight on. So if you get control of your sugar, then you can lose weight. So she got
that's
products,
good.
yeah. So she said premier shakes, and then I do apple cider vinegar shot and water, of course. So that's going to be 7 days. So you can drink as much broth as you want, and whatever kind of broth you got, and drink at least 3 or 4 shakes a day. Plus, put your water in there.
7 days straight.
seven
I can
days.
see a good process.
Yeah,
7 days straight.
yeah.
We got some people coming on some of the topics we talked about as
Awesome.
well.
What
And I
they
love
saying?
that video, what you said about that. Keep going. Congratulations on your
Thank
new
you.
journey. Stay away from them cookies. Uh,
Yes.
so Angela said, my mother-in-law, big shout out to her.
Hey, mother-in-law.
Yes, she said, you have some men's out here not right, and
Is you doing
some
the neck
women
like
out here.
shit?
Now, because I'm sorry, look, my neck, people gonna be looking like
You
he
look the
dancing. I
attitude.
gotta look. Hold up. She said, you have some men's out here that's not right, and you have some women's out here that's not right. That
Correct.
don't care.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't care, they always end up broke up anyway. So it's like your caring went to your single. For some people. Now ain't some women just single because they ain't meet their match yet.
Exactly.
And
Because
I
I
think
know
that's
I'm not
Vita.
toxic. Yeah.
I think you just ain't meet the person
Not
that
yet.
it's coming though.
Yeah, and God is teaching me patience because sometimes we get impatient, and I have done that. I have jumped the gun, and then some people have just missed out on a blessing too. I've had that. Yeah, they have
It
because
is a blessing to have a wife.
yeah, and they because of their own issues, So, because what somebody said, what's wrong with you? They say, what's wrong? You got I mean, you got this going on. It was a group of guys I be on their show sometimes. They like Vita, like, what's up? I said what it is, cause I said what it is. I just jumped the gun a lot, and what it a few times, cause like I said, I was raised in church, y'all. And to be honest, we could not date. They didn't teach us to date. We was all with the spiritual. And when I got a certain age, I was an adult before I dated. I was in my 20s when I had my first boyfriend. So I didn't know how to date. I didn't know what to expect. I'm dealing with this man like he's my husband already. And he had a whole different upbringing than I did.
Mm.
It was night and day. We were definitely not equally yoked, but I feel like God wanted, even though we wasn't, I feel like it was supposed to happen because God wanted that man to see what love really was, and he used me as a vessel. Now he and I did love him for who he was, and I treated him. After a while, I got back in church and stuff like that. I got back, not just back in church, I got back saved, sanctified, and filled, what they used to say back in the day. Because it's a lot of churchgoers, and they not right. But I really got my life back in order where God was concerned. And I was obedient to God how to treat that man. Was it easy? No, but I
This your
got in my
ex-husband, right?
this my ex-husband.
Okay.
That was my first boyfriend
Do you
ever.
still do you after that? Because that story is deep. Do you still like talk with him?
Well,
Like
right now
right
you
now
all
today?
pray for him. He's not well,
Okay,
and he's fighting the battle of
definitely
pancreatic
praying for him.
cancer. And
Definitely.
so, but
But
after
that's your
that,
son's dad.
that's my
Okay,
son's father. So, we didn't. When I dropped him, I dropped him. So
dropped
we didn't.
him.
I dropped that. When God allowed me to drop that situation, I ran for the hills and didn't look back. I was happily single for a very long time, so I didn't talk to him because he didn't. At that time, he deserved my conversation until he deserved it.
Right.
He had, but he had issues, and I had forgave him and everything. Because one day he called me. He said, "I just want to apologize." I never looked for that. I forgave him and moved on with my life. He said, I apologize for how I treated you and what I did because I knew he came from a messed up background. Sometimes we get with these men that's been raised in very bad situations, and we think that they got what they need. They don't have what and we was really young. So he didn't have the tools to be a good husband, to be
Right.
a good dad. Those things came later. I know his wife right now, she don't have the husband I had, and I'm okay with that. When they got together, I wasn't even, I say congratulations. you
So what
know
husband you had then? I
I
mean,
had a husband. He was demonically
oh, so he better
oppressed.
with her then.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I prayed them things. We prayed and fasted them demons off of him, and I loved on him. I know I built him up in the way that I should as a wife. But at the time when he was ready to go, he was ready to go. I don't hold nobody down. And I prayed about it and I asked God about that. I didn't just go off of my emotions. I told God, if it's okay, I'm ready to leave this relationship. If it's okay, but if not, give me the strength and give me what I need to
He
deal
gave
with
you
this
some
man.
strength, boy.
And the next day he was gone. Because at first I did that years before when I first got saved. I said, oh yes, I got saved. We not equally yoked. God, I got with him when I was a sinner, and God spoke to me. Yes, he did very clearly and said, nope. That is your husband. I got depressed a little bit, but I prayed. I said, got myself together. I said, well, Lord, since you said this, my husband, give me the tools to deal with this man, because God let me know that he's a soul. I don't care what he did. Let me tell you, because a lot of times we think because we act better that God don't love them too. God loved them too, just like he loved you.
Amen.
God wanted to see them make it just like you. I don't care what they did, because God see beyond us. So he told me, treat him like you do the other people. Treat him like a soul. And from that day, my mindset switched, because I didn't take things so personal. And from that day, because he would do things, but I know it was the enemy coming against him and trying to
That's
come
powerful.
against me.
That's powerful.
So I would go, and God would have me to go every day up in the attic and pray. And I would pray off I was my family's intercessor. So I would pray off demons and different things out of my home for my mother. My mother was dealing with cancer. My family, I was praying for my siblings to be saved, for my husband to be saved. And before, God answered every prayer. God
Glory
answered
to
all
God.
my prayers. Before my mother left here, she was saved. She was rid of this man that was treating her horribly, even though she had cancer. Just everything, at that time. And see, my husband was dealing with demons. He was actually dealing with demons. And I'm gonna tell you how I know if I say a little bit. One day we was asleep and I woke up and he woke up enraged. And God, I woke up too. And God spoke to me. And I had to sneak to church, y'all. I couldn't just go to church. I had to sneak to church, and God told me um to say to stop pleading the blood, but in my mind.
Right.
I wasn't speaking it out. And I was saying, what's wrong? But in my head, I was pleading the blood. He said, stop that praying.
Mm.
Did you hear me say I was praying in my mind?
That's powerful.
Wasn't no words coming out my mouth, but what's wrong? I didn't know what was wrong with him, but the enemy wanted him to kill me at that
Wow.
moment. He wanted him to literally kill me. He looked at different. He said, I said stop that praying, but I felt something in the room with me. I knew the presence of God, an angel, whichever of them was in there, so I
You could
wasn't
tell.
fearful. Yeah, I felt I wasn't
No, I'm
fearful.
saying you could tell, like, and I just want to just slide this in. You could tell a demon
Yeah,
for a person to say, stop that praying,
stop.
spirit's real.
He said stop. He did a lot of stuff. Y'all, this just one story. And he said stop that. He said, I said stop that praying.
Yeah, that
But
was
I
bad.
never stopped
That was
because I knew that God was in it with me. I knew he couldn't do the enemy couldn't do what he wanted to do to me.
that's
And I
terrible.
prayed all the way until he went to sleep. But before we got divorced, before we left, he wasn't dealing with none of that stuff. Um, he was free from that. He just didn't surrender to God. And when you don't do that, you open yourself up back up to them spirits.
Yeah.
But he's not, to my knowledge, he hasn't went back there that way. But the enemy thought that he brought that in my life to kill me, to take me out of here, but it didn't do nothing but help me grow spiritually stronger. Those things I was taught as a child that I thought, like they taught us about the blood of Jesus, you all, and the blood still, that song. But I knew going through that situation when I pleaded the blood of Jesus has power, not
Sure do.
because my grandmother and my Sunday school teachers taught me. No, I used it in my home with my husband. I had to pray many days. Many days he would walk in the house. You been in here praying. He'll be ready to take me out here,
That's
literally.
terrible.
He'll
Now,
be, but there was demon. It wasn't him. He was demonically oppressed.
I want to ask you, did it affect you? Like,
It
did it
affected
make
me
you?
very positively. It had me on
Because
my
some people can
knees.
make a person a little mean too, like being so
Well, you
so
want to be
aggressive.
mean dealing with demons, because the purpose of that was to take me literally off this planet. So I had to seek God and make sure that I was praying and I was fasting in that house, because that's what that's coming to do, is take me out of here. But he couldn't take me out of here because I had the covering of God over me. That's why you can't play when you in those type of situations. You got to really give yourself over to God and make sure that you doing what you're supposed to do. And that man was able to see how God really worked in the power of God, and see a saved wife, and to see a person that's really living for Christ. Because a lot of time people don't really see that. And he was able to see I never was a hypocrite. When I got saved, he was angry because I got saved, because I wasn't smoking and drinking with him no more.
Right.
That's what we did. We was smoking
Smoke
and
your
drinking.
fruit trees.
Oh man,
I can't see be the high.
Everybody say that. I used to smoke
How
and
was you
drink,
high?
y'all. Oh,
Was you
I was a
funny?
bud. I was, hey, we was snacking and laughing all the time. Then my son had to find a picture with me smoking the blood child
Oh well, I'm happy you
years
stopped
later.
smoking.
Oh yeah, he delivered me from. I mean, I did it because I was in that marriage. I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad. I wasn't happy in that marriage.
Well, you
But
look happy now.
yeah, but I got happy after I got saved. I got man, that was the best time of my life. I ain't gonna lie. Because I grew in Christ tremendously. But yeah, you all, that stuff that's gonna be, look, get the Reveal magazine
Yes, pick it up right now,
and
y'all.
go
Get y'all
read my
copies. Yes, Angie
chapter.
say I forgot to get my magazine. Look, if you
No, he
guys forgot
got
to
it.
get your magazine, we got them. We got
Yeah.
them right now. Got them on point. Go on Amazon, get the book. And that was just a amazing story right
Thank
there,
you. Yeah.
because looking at you don't look like you've been through nothing. And that's how God wants his children. He want
Yes.
us to come out, with no
And you
scratches.
will. You
Yeah.
come out with power and
But you have
wisdom.
to have, you got to stop making up excuses. Like
Yes.
if a man beating you every day, leave the
God don't
relationship.
want
Oh, I
that.
don't want to leave him because I feel like he gonna kill me. Now you trying to make up a excuse. You really want to be
Get
with him.
out of there.
So just do what you got to do to better yourself. Keep praying, y'all. Keep believing. Oh,
Don't forget,
so
August the 13th is the Forever Grateful Awards. That's our next big event that's coming up, you guys. And I know Rich gonna have some more details for
yes,
us
Forever Grateful Awards
in
finna
the
be off
middle
the
of this
chain.
month.
Hosted
So
by Bo Deal.
yeah, hosted by Bo Deal,
Yes,
August
Bo Deal,
13th.
we be hosting it. And
Yeah,
we got a couple more special things going on for the award. That's why we don't want to put so
not
much.
yet.
We got too much out right now. So we working until August. We don't have to
Yes.
promote the award show right now.
Okay.
I promoted the show. I mean, we still no. I ain't talking about you. No, keep doing your thing. Keep we gonna keep talking about the Forever Grateful Awards. But I'm saying like, the nominees ain't out
Yeah.
yet. We
Oh
still
no,
working
not
on
yet.
so many things
Yeah.
to have this award show and make sure
Details
this
coming
award
later.
big.
Yeah.
Award show big. Last year we promoted it 1 month and
Yeah.
it
Oh,
had
it was
almost
over.
800 people there. 700
Y'all,
people. But
people was there
this
early. They were
time we
standing
going
out the door. It
and we
was
learned from
big. Yeah.
last time to make this event
Yeah. Yeah. Better.
amazing. So
Yes.
you guys can expect an amazing event August 13th. Forever Grateful Awards. Make sure you guys keep God first, keep
And you
praying,
going
keep
on
believing.
tour? Tell them
I'm
about
on
the
tour
tour
right
one
now.
more.
So I'm gonna be on
What
in Miami
city?
next week. So if you guys in Miami,
Okay.
I'm gonna post the details on media, and I'm gonna tell my intellectual family where I'm gonna be at in Miami doing my book signing and my magazine signing. Vegas, we
Yeah.
sold out completely. Big shout out to my wife and my team. We sold out all the magazines, all the books. And everybody know every time we drop, we go on tour. It's time to go
Yeah.
out of town, and because I got a lot of fans out of
Awesome.
town. So
And if you want to bless Rich for his birthday, give him your Cash App again.
the Reveal magazine, cash sign, the Reveal magazine. Thank everybody for
Yeah.
blessing me for my birthday. Y'all made me feel so special, sending me all type of birthday wishes, money. God bless y'all a hundredfold. And if it's your birthday and you send me something, make sure you tell me so I can give you something too. And you ain't
Yeah.
gonna be lying to me. I'm gonna look at the cash app.
Follow
All right.
me. Follow Rich on
Follow me on Instagram, Bornrich1S, and follow me on Facebook, Bornrich Love.
Instagram, Brown Sugar 9358,
Brown
because I'm
sugar,
just that
baby.
sweet. Thank you so much, Earl. One of the
Woo, woo,
greatest
woo, woo,
engineers,
woo.
IntellectualRadio.com. Get
Yeah.
the Reveal magazine and Survive Through the Storm book, you guys.
Out right now. God bless y'all.